Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinions with me, Randy Prizzle. How you guys all doing out there? Everything good, shway, crispy, airy. I know we're slightly tilted with the camera and everything, just trying to just make it happen because obviously I haven't got long. This is obviously my new mic, you know what I mean? But the mic is having some weird issues right now. It tends to go out after a while, so there may be pauses and gaps in these episodes, but don't worry about it. We'll still give you what you guys want. We'll still keep you entertained with my unpopular opinions. But let's get on to this episode. Big up yourselves, first time watchers, season watchers, and you know what to do below if you're feeling this episode. Always have to keep an eye on it just in case it just goes out. But anyways, let's go. Steam is stupid. So someone said Steam is stupid. Now, I don't understand why they think Steam is stupid. I mean, Steam is kind of there for the necessary requirements. I mean, I hear it in terms of where they build up and they can get damp and mold in your house, which can make it quite irritating and quite annoying. But Steam is generally there when you use and consume heat. Now, it would be nice, obviously, in apartments and buildings that you do live in, where steam isn't as used as much, where it starts to build up and certain things start to appear, where it gets a bit grimy and stuff, where you're going to have to use your arms and your elbow grease to get rid of them. You know what I mean? My house does suffer from sometimes a bit of mold and stuff because, you know what I mean, of some built up steam, and that happens. My windows have to stay open most times during the day and stuff like that, just so it can regulate the service here. Regulators, we're regulating any of this product too. We're damn good too. You can't be any geek off the street. Excuse me, I'm going left. Obviously, you know that's the words from Regulators, the song, Warren G and Nate Dogg. But anyways, next one. Watching movie, TV show adaptations first before reading the source material is better. I mean, I kind of agree, because I didn't really read the Lord of the Rings book when I first started watching the film, and I found that very engaging, very exciting. So for me, I find it did work, because I didn't really go into it with any preconceptions and going, oh, well, you know, I know what's going to happen here, or I know what's going to happen there. It didn't kind of ruin that whole thing for me. So I automatically knew what was not going to happen, you know, and which is good. You're surprised, but obviously when you're reading the book and you're going in to see the adaptation of the movie, it tends to be very different probably from what you probably thought should happen to probably what is happening in the movies. It's kind of like the comic books, the Marvel series, the DC series. They have certain things that is obviously taken and adapted from the comics, and obviously it doesn't really tell the same story as it did in the comics. So a lot of people getting upset or annoyed because it doesn't really go by the book that it's supposed to go. But hey, we wait and see, isn't it? That's the whole thing, and that's the whole thing why people have gripe with it. Excuse the background noise if you can actually hear that. But let's move on to the next one. Ketchup would be a fine dining sauce if it wasn't everywhere. I do think people do make different adaptations of ketchup, and the thing is with ketchup is good on certain things, but I just think ketchup isn't good with everything. Do you know what I mean? There's certain things probably it doesn't need ketchup on, but stuff like chicken, stuff like meat, stuff that, you know, just needs a little bit of a boost with a flavour, just gives it that little tantalising thing on the tongue, just makes it nice, sweet, savoury, you know what I mean? A little bit spicy too, do you know what I mean? Ooh, you know what I mean? Spicy. But yeah, that's what you want, you know what I mean? But I just think you shouldn't put it on everywhere. Don't think it really belongs on too much fish either. If you're trying to put it on salmon or something, I don't think it really works. But who knows? You could test and see what you want to do, you know what I mean? Because you're free to do what you want to do. You don't have to take my advice for it, but I'm just thinking that ketchup shouldn't go on everything. But hey, next one. But I love ketchup though. Beautiful stuff. I'm sure some of you out there know what ketchup is about too. But anyways, let's go. 4 p.m. to midnight is a much better work schedule than 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Well, I do a 10-hour shift, so I do from 8. No, so I do from 10 to 8. So my shift pattern revolves around that. So it's 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. You know what I mean? And I find those conditions to be easier for me and able to transition to do what I need to do. But I think 4 p.m. to midnight, when I used to do them, when I used to work for another company, I used to do, afternoon, evening shifts, and they work better for me. You know what I mean? You get more time to lay in bed, to relax, to get up, and then got to do what you got to do when you got to go and work. So I do agree that the evening shifts are much better, because I'm still used to doing evening shifts. I'm still used to doing them. You know what I mean? The AM ones, they're a bit difficult. You know what I mean? The only AM to PM stuff I like to hear is the Christy and the Millian song. No, I mean, right now, obviously, I'm doing that. But I do feel like if there was a chance to go back to just doing, that to midnight shifts, I probably would be more inclined and more happy to do them. But, we'll see what happens down the line. I know my manager watches this, but please don't get any ideas, but we'll see. It's weird to know that my manager watches this now, but hey, what are you gonna do? Do you know what I mean? What are you gonna do? But that's it for this episode of Unpopular Opinions. Big up yourself, guys. First time watchers, season watchers. If you've been in this episode, you know what to do below, all of that. I hope this mic wasn't too loud and you can still hear me. Someone did comment last time and said your mic is this and you need to get your mic changed. So I got a new mic, and I hope this one mic does the job, like the Nas song. Do you know what I mean? All I need is one mic. But anyways, this episode's gone on too long. I'm waffling now. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Big yourself up. You know what I usually do when I finish? Don't want to spin too much. Don't want this to fall into, it starts damaging. There's a problem there. I'm out.